Right, I got this question to determine the partial fraction decomposition. So let's look at this. In order for us to be able to do this, you start by factorizing the denominator. So that will be x squared plus 3, and again x squared plus 3. Okay? And just keep the numerator as it is. So in other words, it is in fact the numerator over x squared plus 3 squared. Okay, so these two rules that you have to apply here. First of all, this is non-linear, and then we have the square there as well. So let's see, this will then be equal to a linear function in the numerator over x squared plus 3 plus, again, a linear function. Because this is a quadratic function, we have to put a linear function in the numerator. Okay? And that will be squared. From here, we have to put these two back into one fraction. That means I need a x squared plus 3 in the denominator in this term. So therefore, I'm going to multiply with x squared plus 3 over x squared plus 3. So that will end up to be x squared plus 3 over times ax plus b over, let's just add that, plus cx plus d. And that is everything over x squared plus 3 squared. Okay? And now, so these two will have to be equal. The simplification that we have there should be equal to this part here. All right? So that means, since the denominators are the same, I can put the numerators equal to each other. Let's times this out. I'm going to simplify these two brackets here with the x squared plus 3 and the ax plus b. So when I multiply that out, I will get ax cubed plus bx squared plus 3ax plus 3b plus the cx and d that's already there. Alright, so from here we can only compare the coefficients. So let's see if when we work with the coefficients of x cubed. So we take the x cubed on the left hand side, the coefficient there is 3, and that should be equal to the coefficient on the right hand side. So a is equal to 3. So we got that. That's a already. Then let's work with the coefficients of x squared. So on the left hand side, let's just use another color. On the left hand side, I have minus 1. On the right hand side, I have b. So it is clear that b is equal to -1. Now let's use the coefficients of x only. On the left hand side, I have 7. On the right hand side, I have 3a and c. So it's 3a plus c. But I already have the value of a, which is 3. And simplifying that C ends up to be negative 2. Then we only need to find D still. And for that, for D, I'm going to use the coefficients, the constant terms, which is actually the coefficient of 1. So on the left-hand side, we have negative 3. On the right-hand side, we have 3b plus d. But again, we have the value of b, so it's negative 3 equal to 3 times negative 1 plus d. And from this, d is equal to 0. So then, don't forget to put everything back. So remember to just answer the question. So the original 3x cubed minus x squared plus 7x minus 3 over x to the power of 4 plus 6x squared plus 9 is equal to, and then we put it back into this decomposition. So a is 3, so it becomes 3x plus b, which is negative 1, so that will be minus 1 over x squared plus 3 plus the value of c is negative 2. So again, we can change that plus into a negative rather. So it's going to be 2x over, because d is 0, so it's going to be over x squared plus 3 squared.